Hello everyone, welcome back to 109. I hope the audio today is a little bit better because they changed up like stuff about the mic, but then I think the game audio was a little too quiet, so hopefully it's like not as quiet today and it's a little bit more manageable. But also just let me know if the audio is being weird. Also, today is the beginning of Guild War in Granblue Fantasy, which means that I have Granblue Fantasy running on my phone on the side at all times. Thankfully, they added a new mode where it's like you can play 30 of the same battle at one time and just have it like go constantly, and you only need to refresh it after the 30 times. Because today is usually like one of the more annoying days because usually you would have to like do each battle individually, but each battle only takes like 5 seconds. So I would just sit there and constantly spam the back button reload to refresh the battles. But I don't have to do that now. I only have to like check on it like every few minutes, and it's really easy. But yeah, I will also be playing Guild War at the same time. Fun times. This is just how it is. This is gonna be how it is for like the next week that Guild War is going on. I will be playing at the same time as these streamers, but they'll be like running on their own on the side. Anyways, we have to convince everyone to play a killing game. Fun times. Hey Tsubasa. How'd I get Takemaru fired up? Isn't he always fired up? I mean, is he ever cool or composed? But don't you think he's been holding back a bit too much lately? Normally, I expect him to be the first to jump at the opportunity to do this invader hunt. I mean, even Takemaru has to hold back sometimes. I mean, how many of our friends have died so far? Heito, Kaku, and... even Siri's just a heap of scrap now. What are Siri's remains doing here? I'm connecting what's left of him to the PC in the war room to salvage whatever data I can. I figured if I can access this confidential information, I can learn how to fix the corpse recovery drones, and maybe I'll even be able to get some information on whoever destroyed him. So you're basically doing an autopsy? Yeah, I'm sure even Siri regrets that this happened to him so suddenly, so I feel like I need to make his death mean something, at the very least. I felt my chest clench as I stared at Siri's remains. I'll never forgive whoever did this to him. They have to pay! I still feel like it was Takumi, but who knows. An incredible rage was coursing throughout my body. Tsubasa, do you think I could borrow him? I guess so, but what for? I'm going to show him to Takemaru. The person who did this to Siri is more than likely the same person who murdered Gaku. Takemaru might remember his rage when he sees this. So, no rebuilding Siri this route? That's perfectly fine with me. He's just gonna lobotomize Abe anyways. Well, if it's the village idiot right on cue! What's wrong with you? What's your problem all of a sudden? Why are you so angry? Obviously because you're a complete and utter moron! You want to play some killing game? You're such an uneducated street rat, I could puke! She's worried about you, Takumi. We were just talking, and we think you're not thinking rationally. Takumi, it's not too late. You could rethink this. I know you have your reasons, but playing such a dangerous game is madness. Even a sick necrophile like you should know a killing game is going too far. Try to run your proper brain cells together long enough to generate a spark, and think about why you shouldn't value your freak fetishes over your own life. Why did she call him that? Is this... What? I'm vaguely curious about why she specifically called him that. Guys, what does she think that he's doing to Ada? Anyways, she was being unnecessarily cruel, but Kurara was worried about me in her own Kurara way. I appreciated the sentiment, but... Sorry, but I've made up my mind. I'd gladly accept the risk for a chance to confront Gaku's killer, and nothing would change my mind. Except when I go to the other route, and I click no. Oh, it's the two freaks in the morgue. All the freaks always gather in the morgue, including Takumi. Wait, what the hell? The corpse. The moment I saw Gaku's body, I had an idea. This should work. I'm sorry, Gaku. I'm going to have to move your sheet. I pulled down the sheet draped over Gaku's body and came face to face with its brutalized corpse. Then... I took off his jacket. It was splattered with blood and covered in countless holes. Oh, they just left him like that? I know that in like the zombie apocalypse route, they like the zombie would put like everyone in the class armor things. So it's interesting that they left him like this in this route. The criminal stabbed him over and over with a knife. I felt like I could feel Gaku's pain and agony just by touching its jacket. They won't get away with this. They're going to pay! It filled my heart with a sense of duty and conviction. If I show this to Takemaru, he'll remember how angry he was when Gaku was murdered. Okay, anyways, what are you two doing over here? Nanami, what are you doing here? Can't you tell? I'm pretending to be a corpse. Duh. A corpse? If we're going to play a killing game, then all of the useless nobodies like me are probably going to die first. So I thought I'd better practice being dead. That way, I'll be a cool corpse when the time comes. I see. Good luck with that. You should look at Gaku's body in practice too. He's a perfect example of how we're all going to end up. Okay. Yukawa, what are you doing here? I came to chat with the Eito Azuki guy. I'm terribly intrigued by him. Chat? He's a dead body. Corpses are surprisingly articulate. You can learn so much just by looking at them. I knew the moment I laid eyes on his body. He was a brilliant assassin in his own right. Oh yeah, he did murder multiple, like, who did he get? He got Siri in the first round, and then he got the baby at the end, I guess. And also, I'm surprised he didn't just outright kill Takumi at any point. He literally just hit him over the head with a metal pole and left him there. Oh, I would give anything to have met him while he was still alive. Well, you can do that another round. I forgot that he killed his family. Eito did kill his family. Yeah, never mind. Interesting. Hi, Ava. Ava's locked inside. What should we do with her? Oh, can I... Takumi, did you bring it? Bring what? My mask. You promised me yesterday. That's right. She asked me to give her mask back to her yesterday. Sorry, Ava. I just don't have time for that right now. No, I have been waiting so long. Takumi, are you going to break your promise to me? You're mocking me because you know I'm just a helpless prisoner. Calm down. I'll be sure to bring you when I'm done. Just wait a bit longer, please. You promise? You really will? If you don't, I'll break down crying. She insistently confirmed again and again that I would actually bring it. That mask must be incredibly important to her. Well, we should do that soon then. Hey guys. You wish to know how to ignite the fire in Takemaru's heart? I recommend giving him stickers. Stickers? A while back, I was messing around and put a cute character sticker on Sir Takemaru's custom bike jacket. He was completely overcome with rage. What the fuck do you think you're doing to my jacket? That's the window to my soul. If you ever transition, you better damn well call me so I can kick your ass, man to man. Why does he keep he keeps trying to get people to become masked so he can punch them. The fact that is his like running gag of like trying to convince people to become masked is so it's just like kind of funny. That's exactly what he screamed at me. If I were to describe his countenance that day, he looked like an angry temple spirit, or an active volcano. So indeed, a sticker will set him ablaze. I don't think it had anything to do with the sticker. I think he just got mad you messed with his clothes. That doesn't seem like it's going to be useful, but I'll try to remember it anyway. Takemaru is very serious about his biker outfit. Noted. Hey, Moko. How to get Takemaru fired up? Pro wrestling off! When you're locked in tight and exchanging pure soul energy with another fighter, your heart will be on fire! Come and experience it for yourself, Takumi! I'll spar with you right now! Sorry, Moko, but now is not a good... Too much of a wuss to put your butt on the line and fight? Well, yeah. Man, I picked the wrong person to ask. Moving right along. Anyone else? We can talk to Shoma. Where the hell is he? Oh, there he is. How did I get Takemaru fired up, you ask? Takumi, you're asking the wrong person. My IQ is so low, it's a negative number. I couldn't possibly know. Can't you stop the self-deprecation for a second and really think about it? What gets it worked up? I'm sorry. I have no idea. I'm too scared to think about anything. The invader hut is all I can think about. They want us to kill each other. Sho is completely terrified. It's pointless trying to question him further. Okay. They should be enough to convince him. Gaku's jacket is serious remains. Holding onto them tightly, I barged into Takemaru's room. Cool. It breaks down door as usual. How many doors get broken down? Have we been in some? I think we have before, actually. It's very Urkel, I will say. A lot more Urkel than you would think his room would be. Anyways. Whoa, Takemi! Where's your manners? You can't just let yourself in! Takemaru, sorry to spring this on you, but I have something I want to show you. What is this? It's all fucked up and full of holes. And real dirty, too. Covered in dark stains. That's Gaku's jacket. He was wearing it when he was killed. When he was killed? You mean those stains are his blood? You asshole! Why would you show me this? Yeah, I know. Nobody wants to see this, but we can't hide from it. It's got all these holes in it, see? Because he was stabbed with a knife. Over and over. Brutally. That motherfucker stabbed him this many times. God damn it! Gaku must have been in so much pain! Takemaru's eyes were bloodshot as he stared at the holes in Gaku's clothes. He was shaking with fury. Here's where I get it once and for all. And this is what's left of Siri. The person who did this was more than likely the same person who murdered Gaku. He might have been a machine, but I know he suffered. He was torn to shreds. Takemi, what the hell are you trying to do here? I know I owe you one, but I won't hesitate to fuck you up if you're just here to mess with the bodies of all their dead friends. No, that's not it. I just wanted to ask you. I looked Takemaru dead in the eye. It's very likely that whoever's inviting us to play this game is the same person who killed Siri and Gaku. The killer who did this to our friends is throwing down a challenge. I moved closer to Takemaru. Takemaru, listen to me. Are you sure you want to run away from this game? If you back down now, you might never get another shot at catching whoever did this. I can't let them get away with this. I'm gonna kill him with my bare hands. But that ain't enough of a reason to play this game. If what happens to Gaku happens to all of us, then it's all pointless. Crap, he's still not angry enough. If I want to get Takemaru to join and he's still on the fence after all of this, I'm just going to have to make him even madder. Is it the persuasion game? We haven't played this in so long. we haven't had to persuade anyone in a while.
Let Gaku's killer get away with it. I will get payback, but this ain't the time for that. Whatever this invader hunt shit is, it's obviously a trap. We got no clue what's waiting for us in the leisure lounge. We can't just take up a challenge from a killer.
He does get angry about his clothes. Aha.
So, that biker jacket of yours is just for show, huh?
Huh? The fuck did you just say to me? What are you, deaf? I said, a coward like you shouldn't be wearing a jacket like that. Bastard! You ain't gonna get away with talking about my jacket like that. She reflects my whole soul. It's just like Yoshika said. Takemaru gets upset when you insult his jacket. He's lost his cool. Now's my chance. I'm going to make him see it my way. I'm going to make him see it my way. There we go. Well, that was easy. Bro, easiest persuasion of my life.
Takemaru, you don't deserve to wear that jacket.
The fuck, man? I ain't called the strongest gang boss that's ever lived for nothing.
You? A gang boss? You don't seem like much of a boss to me at all.
What?
Think about it. You're literally cowering, even though the person who killed your friend is throwing down the gauntlet. I didn't know a gang boss could be such a fair-weather friend and still get any respect.
Takemaru's face looked nothing short of demonic as he glared at me, but he didn't argue back. I must have hit him where it hurt. He was at a loss for words.
Takemaru.
I bumped my fist against his chest, near his heart.
If you want to show me how a real boss acts, fight with me. Join me. Please. Join the game with me.
Yay, it worked. I didn't realize there was only gonna be one choice, but the other ones have usually been like 3 rounds of persuasion. I guess this one was pretty easy. Yay! We got him to join the killing game. Now we have to get everyone else. If you're gonna bust my balls like that, I guess I can't back down. Fine, I'll do it.
Hey!
I'll join this fucking invader hunt or whatever it is and kill the bastard behind all this shit. My hard work paid off. Takimaru had finally agreed to join. And they didn't have any time to stick around and celebrate. I quickly left Takimaru's room and set out to persuade the others. Since I won over someone as influential as Takimaru, persuading the others went smoothly. Oh, I don't even have to do it. This is the only one I actually have to participate in. He was just like, yep, everyone else join. Don't worry, Takimaru's already on board. They're like, okay. What? Takimaru said he'd join? If you got someone as cautious as Mr. Yakushiji to fold, then I guess the game can't be all that dangerous. Everyone's going to join? Then I guess I should too. Having successfully won over Ima, Kako, and Shoma, I'd met the quota Donami forced on me. And then, night finally came. Okay, so there's still people that aren't in the game, but I guess we have enough players now. Or, never mind. Never mind, everyone's here. I arrived at the Leisure Lounge just before 7 p.m. and found that all of the other Special Defense Unit members were already there.
Huh?
We've got quite the group here. Did everyone decide to join the game? Honestly, I never wanted to come, but Donami rang my doorbell at least 10,000 times. She was so persistent, I just gave in. I was eating a snack in the cafeteria when suddenly Lady Donami snatched my holy Jumanji sword. I pursued the scoundrel in an attempt to retrieve her, when I suddenly found that I'd been lured here. Oh, the holy Jumanji sword is safe and sound, if you were concerned. You could say this was a real steal. Ahaha!
Yoshika, give that blade of yours to me immediately! I'm going to snap it in half, along with your entire spinal column!
Why would you say something so frightening? Wait, what? Lady Kurada, you've come too? We were worried when you disappeared so suddenly, so we came here looking for you. Yoshika, if you worry us like that again, I'll drop a heel right on the crown of your head to teach you a lesson. Oh, for the love of murder. Looks like we've all been tricked into coming here. Nanami seems to have used some pretty underhanded tricks to get everyone to come.
Yo, what a score! With this many people, killing each other is going to be so much fun! Alright, it's almost time for the game to start. Who's gonna die first? Maybe me? I sure hope so. Everybody, please kill me. Oh, I made sure to bring all of your infusers too. We're all set for a great slaughter to begin.
She's so prepared, it's scaring me. Nanami seems thrilled at the idea of us killing each other, but I don't plan on hurting any of my friends. I'm not going to let anyone else die. That's why I wanted to do this. I'm pretty sure there's gonna be people dying, but oh well. It's almost time. What kind of person do you think is running this game?
I'm kind of excited to see who the bad guy is.
Time passed. And finally, it was 7 p.m. But... For fuck's sake! Nothing's happening. Nobody came. Nothing happened. The Leisure Lounge was as quiet and peaceful as ever. Maybe the mastermind gave up after they saw a disgusting insect like me was joining. Or maybe that whole message was just a prank? Honestly, as anticlimactic as that would be, a safe conclusion like that might be for the best. Look, it's getting late. I'm out of here. No sooner than Takimaru had said those words, it happened. What the hell? Why are there bugs? I'm afraid. Suddenly, an ominous sound came out of nowhere. What is that sound? It's awful. My ears hurt. The hell? Is someone revving a bike engine? No way! I've never heard an engine make a noise this horrible. Just listening to it is making me... The unidentified sound grew louder and louder. Where's it coming from? We looked around for the source of the sound. That's when we happened to look up at the ceiling.
Huh?
Oh. What the hell is going on? Are there like giant bees? And why is there a person in the suit on a bee? What the hell are these things? Because these aren't the freaking Gi parasites. They're bees. Unless they come from the Gi parasite. I don't know. Wait, maybe these are like the full, but they usually take over bodies and they don't look like this. The Gi look like little squid octopus thingies. Only to be greeted by an unbelievable sight.
Bees?
The hell? They're flying around with a bunch of big-ass bees?
Is that a spacesuit? Wait, no. A diving suit?
A bee parachute? I've never seen such a hideous mode of transport.
Eek! I hate bugs! Someone get me some bug spray stat!
The individual in the spacesuit gradually lowered their altitude. Who are you? They've landed at the leisure lounge. You look fucking ridiculous! Take that helmet off and show us your face! Is that some Wrestling Federation masked fighter? Love the costume, but you gotta lose the bees. We need to take this seriously. They might be with the invaders. What if it's a commander? Takumi, did you see a commander like this during your first 100 days? No, I never saw anyone like this. We never faced a commander who controlled bees, especially not one in a spacesuit. Hey, who are you? It's only polite to introduce yourself. Speak up, asshole! The mysterious person examined our faces without answering. Then, they nodded, seemingly satisfied.
So good to see so many of you. With so many participants, this killing game is sure to reach a screaming climax.
I'm trying to figure out who could possibly be this interested in a killing game other than Daname.
The more lives there are to lose, the more spectacular the battle.
Their voices sounded unnatural. Perhaps they were filtering it through a voice changer. Their face was obscured by their masks too, so there was no guessing their age or gender. I guess I have to do this very filtered voice. Well done for deciding to join my game, Special Defense Unit Maggots. I commend your small act of bravery. They commended us! Yoshika, they're definitely being sarcastic or trying to provoke us. We're so terribly honored. But who exactly are you? What are you doing at the school? I'm here to play a game with you, of course. I'm the sponsor of the Invader Hunt. You may call me Sponsor. Treat the title with the respect it deserves. Sponsor? So this is the person who invited us to play this game. Which means... time is precious. I wish to start this game quickly. First, we'll hold the opening ceremony. Let me ask you one thing first. I yelled over the sponsor, interrupting them mid-sentence. Are you the one who murdered our friend, Gaku Maruko? A strange threat was written on the blackboard the day before Gaku's murder. It perfectly matches this order of events. In other words, it was only natural to assume this was the person behind Gaku's death. Does it really matter who I have or haven't killed? After all, every last one of you will die in this game. Don't dodge the question. I'm asking if you killed Gaku. Yes or no? Yes and no. There's no other way for me to answer. I told you not to dodge this. Takumi, read the room! A sharp voice pierced my eardrums and caused me to cover my ears. Doremi? I've been waiting for this day my entire life. I prayed to the god of killing games every night. Begged to be released from the pointlessness of my life. Begged for me, my parents, my brother, my teachers to all die in gratuitous, gory style. My dream is finally about to come true. I'm going to get the killing game I've always wanted. Don't ruin this for me. Don't you dare try to ruin my dream! Okay. I was taken aback by the desperation in her voice. Aren't you a strange one? Are you that excited for my game? Like, you don't even know. Tell me all the messed up rules we have to follow. It motivates me to hear you have such high expectations. Then allow me to explain the rules. No, thank you. Not interested. Kurara interrupted and stepped forward. I have no intention of playing your game. I refuse to even recognize it. You want us to kill each other? I'd never approve of such a vile game. Don't be so rash, Tomato Head. That vileness is what will make this game interesting. You might enjoy it more than you expect if you just give it a try. It's not often that you get the opportunity to unleash your primal urges and kill your fellow man.
I told you I'm not playing! I am the scion of the Otsutsuki family, the pinnacle of all Suzuki! It's fine for me to trip on the ignorant masses from up on high, but there's no way in hell I'm allowing someone to try and kill me as if we're equals!
So you've refused to participate. Is she gonna die? Is she gonna be like made an example of, just like in Danganronpa?
Goes for at least half of us! There's only the few mental patients here that want to play your deranged game. Look at me, she just called you a mental patient!
She means you too. All who refuse to join the game will be eliminated. I believe I made that very clear.
I believe you did.
Kurata glanced down for just a moment.
So go on ahead and try!
All of a sudden, she was ready to fight.
Pull your filthy eyeballs out of your sockets and watch closely! Behold the Otsutsuki family boxing technique! I'm going to beat you in your ugly costume until you're so swollen you'll look like you stuck your head in your stupid bee's hive!
Kurata assumed a boxing stance and steadily approached the sponsor. Let me guess, the bees are gonna get her. Well, wait, Kurata! Don't try to fight them alone!
I can handle this by myself. I don't sense any fighting spirit in this pathetic worm. They have the quintessential Pauper aura. All talk and no action. One punch will do it.
Ignoring our warnings, Kurata continued to close the distance between the sponsor herself.
Hope you like the taste of Noble Fist!
Kurata was about to unleash her deadly uppercut when it happened. Kurata! It's the bees! They're gonna get her! The bees that had been hovering near the ceiling descended with a terrible cacophony of beating wings. And then... they instantly grabbed Kurata and whisked her high up into the sky.
Put me down! Put me down this instant! These horrible things are so creepy!
Kurata squirmed frantically, but they held onto her tight, refusing to let go.
Kurata Suzuki, I sentence you to being suspended mid-air.
Wait, she's just gonna live there?
What a sight, don't you think? As they say, smoking fools rise to great heights. You can writhe and suffer for now. I'll ease your pain when the time is right.
Lady Kurata! Give me back my Lady Kurata, you vile insect! Kurata, what do we do? How do we get her back? She's so high up, even my mid-air attack wouldn't reach her. What do we do now? How can we save Kurata when she's all the way up there? Kako's sniper rifle might be able to reach, but this Kako has never used her Hemoanima before. Right now, there's no way for us to attack the bees up near the ceiling. In that case, we'll just have to attack the person controlling them. Ah! There's too many screens, goddammit. Suddenly, I found myself running at full tilt, making a beeline for the sponsor. I'm not going to lose anybody else! I let that determination take away my fear and carry me forward. I plunged my infuser into my chest as I ran. Give back! Oh, but Hemoanima doesn't work on the suit. I remember this from the previous rep. For some reason, the suit is Hemoanima proof, of all things. I screamed as loud as my voice could let me, and swung my sword down on the sponsor. I felt it connect. My blade was going to split them in two. I was so sure it would, and yet... That tickles. Is that all you got, Takumi Sumino? How? The sponsor was completely unharmed. It's simple. Your power isn't enough to inflict even the slightest scratch on me. No, this has to be some sort of mistake. This has to be some kind of cheap trick. Then try again. I won't stop you. Got some balls, bee fucker. Let's see how long you keep up this tough guy act, huh? I'm joining the fray, Takumi. Combined, our powers level is like a 2 million. We can get them, guys. We need to save Kurata as soon as possible. Everybody, Even if we can't take down the sponsor all alone, we can if we all attack together. Brace yourself, asshole! Our breaths synchronizing, we all leapt at the sponsor.
Take
You blackguard!
You're finished!
Takimaru, Nozomi, Kyoshika, and I unleashed everything we had on the sponsor. We punched, we kicked, we sliced, we pummeled, we tried every attack possible. We used every last ounce of our strength until we had no energy or Hemo Anima to spare. However, ugh, it tickles. Why? Why don't our attacks do anything? Are you a mortal or some goddamn thing? We have the endurance of a wrestler to withstand my body slam. No matter how much we attacked, our opponent didn't even flinch. This was far beyond a matter of strength or endurance. They were literally invincible. We can't give up. We must save Lady Kurara. My fellow warriors, just one coordinated attack and... enough of this sideshow. The opening ceremony will conclude with Kurara Ozuzuki's death. There was a cruelty in the sponsor's voice as he pointed to Kurara, still hanging in the air. Oh, that's not good.
Please, help!
Oh, she turned into a blackened corpse. Wait, that means she had all the Hemo Anima sucked out of her. From the bees. The bees suck out Hemo Anima, bro. Well, okay, these are not normal bees then. Well, no shit, but like, that's not good. Because usually only, so are they like Hemo Anima filled bees or something? I don't know. Her body was rapidly turning black. Was a swarm of bees draining her cryptoglobin?
Lady Kurara!
Well, there she goes too. Once they sucked everything out of Kurara, the bees dropped her dried up husk on the floor. No! Kurara! Kurara! No! This can't be happening! Lady Kurara can't be dead! Don't give up yet! Let's take her to the Revivomatic! Nozomi, Moko, and Kyoshika lifted up Kurara's corpse and left the leisure lounge, but... how pointless. How can a body be revived if there isn't a drop of cryptoglobin left in it? How pitiful that she would die before the game even began. She's ruined by schedule. I suppose I'll simply have to postpone the start of the game until tomorrow morning. Return here as soon as you're awake tomorrow. And might I remind you, there's no point in trying to escape. You know now what happens if you refuse to play. There was nothing we could say. We'd be killed instantly if we tried to resist. Never had any message come through so clearly.
Bummer! Kurara got the opening death scene. Must be nice. She died with so much drama. But it shouldn't happen to me. Well, whatever. The game starts tomorrow, so I'll have plenty of chances to have a nice, gory demise. I wonder how everyone else is gonna die. Who's gonna kill me? There's like so much to look forward to.
Narumi's eerie yet strangely innocent cackle rang out across the silent leisure lounge. Alright, I guess this killing game is legit now. Save? Why is it telling me to save my progress here? This is so random. It doesn't usually do this. What? Wait, can I continue? Okay, that was a weird save point, I will say. Okay, I think I'm gonna take a quick break here because I have to do laundry stuff, so I'll be back. Alright, I'm back. Alright. Well, it's morning. I barely slept last night. I woke up over and over again, seeing Kuroda's face when she died in my nightmares. They won't get away after killing my friend so horribly. If I could, I'd kill them right now. But right now, we're too weak. We can't beat them. One poor attempt to revolt and we'd just be massacred. For now, we just have to obey. We just have to play the game.
Ah.
They wanted us to come back to the leisure lounge when we woke up. I hurried off to the leisure lounge. On my way to the leisure lounge, I came across Nozomi and Moko in the hall. Nozomi, are you okay? You're so pale. I couldn't sleep last night. I just can't believe it. Kuroda, she's gone. Kuroda, I didn't know what to say. What could I do for her after she lost a close friend? We buried her. Make sure to say goodbye to her later, okay, Takumi? Yeah, I promise I will. They're not gonna get away with killing Kuroda. I'll do whatever it takes to avenge her. But now's not the time. They're a bit too strong for us right now. So we're all going to play this game for a little while and wait for our chance. For now, we just have to push all this grief down and grit our teeth. Knowing how to bide your time is an important part of fighting. Nozomi was barely able to hold steady on her own 2 feet. Moko looked after her as they walked to the leisure lounge. I made a vow to myself as I watched Nozomi walk away. No matter how this game turns out, I'll protect Nozomi to the end. No, not just Nozomi. I won't let anyone else die. Because I came back here to protect them and grab hold of a future where we can find happiness. Well, I don't think that's gonna happen this round, unfortunately. At last, I present to you the rules of the Invader Hunt! Once we were on the leisure lounge, the sponsor began to explain the rules without any preamble. The rules are exceedingly simple. All you have to do is hunt the creatures known as invaders. You will gain points for every invader hunted, which will be tallied.
And reflected in the live rankings.
Interesting. I am vaguely curious about... So, invaders, right? Well, technically, we're also... If you think about it from the commander's point of view, we're invaders, because that's what Veshtis always calls us. The names of everyone in the room were shown on a screen, being held up by 2 bees.
One round lasts 10 days. The person ranked last at midnight on the 10th day will be executed. Their cryptoglobin drained by my bees.
Executed. Kuroda's death was proof that this was no bluff. They could easily kill us all. In short, we need to try and kill as many invaders as possible. I'm glad we don't have to actually kill each other or anything. I mean, not glad, but... If we're just hunting invaders, then we just keep fighting defensive battles, right? That's a save sheet we were doing anyway! Not at all. What you were doing was merely defending your base. Hunting and defending are entirely different. To hunt, you must go out. The playing field is the space outside of the school. You will not receive points for any invaders killed at the school, no matter how many. We can't get points anywhere in the area shaded red. That's anywhere within school grounds. That means if we want points, we'll have to go hunt down invaders wandering outside. So we're being forced to fight outside the ring, then. It's too much for a shonen like me to be forced outside like this. But what happens if the invaders attack the school while we're all out here? If a commander strikes when the place is empty, it's the end of the line. All you need to do is engage them before they infiltrate the school grounds. They say that a good offense is the best defense, after all. That we can't stray too far from the school. If we're not careful about how many battles we fight out there, we'll end up disqualified for going out of the ring. So we need to hunt in a place where we can quickly return to the school if something happens. But how are we gonna keep track of how many invaders we hunt out there? You're not counting on an honor system, right? Someone would definitely end up lying about their numbers. These bees will count your points. Whenever you kill invaders, they will count the points and report them to me. In other words, these bees will be monitoring our actions while we're playing this game. Guess running away isn't going to be an option. And last but not least, the most important rule of them all. You are strictly forbidden from causing me harm while the game is underway. Anyone who defies me will immediately become food for my bees. Try not to lose your cool. A rather tyrannical, one-sided rule, isn't it? Does this mean we can't resist even if you use violence against us? Don't worry, I will not lay a finger on any of you. The game will immediately cease if the sponsor harms a participant without just cause. In other words, they won't hurt us as long as we do what they say. So is there a way that we can get them to like hurt us and then the game will end? But you're the one who enforces these rules. If you turn on us, we're entirely without recourse. I intend to run this game as fairly as possible, otherwise things would be very boring. I promise not to violate the rules. Please trust me on that. There's no way we can trust them, but we're in no position to argue. Now then, that concludes the explanation of the rules. There are plenty of other hidden rules, but I'm not so inclined as to give them all away at this juncture. Come up with strategies on your own. Doing is learning. The sponsor looked at all of us and shouted,
Special Defense Unit Maggots, participants of my game, assume your new roles as proud hunters and claim as many invaders as you can.
I mean, it's not like the traditional killing game, which is interesting.
The invader hunt has hereby officially begun.
Without so much as a moment to prepare, the game was on. But I wasn't sure how I was supposed to handle our newly assigned task. I decided to go back to my room and prepare to leave school grounds. Alright. So let's just kill as many invaders as possible. The Invader Hunt is a point-based hunting game. I decided to review the rules of the game. I bet there's like some hidden rule that if you kill like another member of the SDU, you get like a bajillion points or something. Like, we're worth a lot. The rules themselves were simple. All we really had to do was hunt invaders. However, the game field was outside school grounds. Even if we killed an invader, if it happened in a school facility or in the schoolyard, it wouldn't count. Basically, no matter what we do in a defensive battle, it wouldn't be worth any points. If we wanted points, we had to go out exploring and hunt down any invaders we came across. But it's way too dangerous to constantly be fighting out there. If we died outside school grounds, the drones wouldn't collect our bodies and the Revival-Matic wouldn't revive us. Death would truly be final. We have to be careful so we don't die. And if we want to do that, we should probably form teams. In a team, there'd be someone there to have our backs, and we could look after one another to keep each other alive. We need comrades if we want to survive. Okay, but before I go out, I should find someone to partner up with. I decided to go talk to everyone to see if anyone would want to team up with me. For some reason, when I went onto the roof, everyone was already there. There was no sign of Donami or Hideko, but almost everyone else was there. Takumi! Oh, everyone, great timing! I just figured out a way we could survive this game. Do you mind if we talk? Everyone rushed over to me, and I explained the necessity of forming teams. So, I think we should at least be in pairs. Trying to do this solo will just end a game over the moment you take a lethal hit. Yeah, we were just saying the same thing. That we should work in teams, I mean. We were actually just assigning the teams. In short, we're right in the middle of a draft meeting. Kako pulled out a piece of paper with the members of each team written on it. The first team is us boys and Sister Dearest. And the second team is all of the girls. We might end up spending a lot of time together from now on, so we thought grouping up by gender would make sense. What we're worried about is Yugamu, who's nowhere to be found. He's a boy, but it's entirely possible he'd like to stick with Miss Kirifuji and Miss Magadori, as he's done up to this point. But if we put Yugamu in Team 2, then we should put Hideko in Team 1. Miss Shizuhara is very strong, so we were discussing giving preferential negotiating rights to the weaker team. Preferential negotiating rights? This really is like a sports draft. By the way, what team do you want me in? They're like, we don't want you in any of the teams. It would make sense if I was in the male-centric team, but... You have to play alone! Nobody wants you. Yeah, that's right. Also, the the thing that I've been seeing on Twitter of the whole like Takumi trans mask headcanon. He's like, yeah, I'm a guy. Yep, that's me. It's like, it writes itself at this point. What? I was so shocked that my voice withered away mid-exclamation. Why? Why am I the only one being left out? Don't tell me you guys are still suspicious of me. I thought we cleared things up about Gaku. I didn't kill him. It was the sponsor. Isn't that obvious? No, we're all on the same page there. They're definitely the one who killed Mr. Monoko. They destroyed Sea-Ray too. They're behind everything. Then why? Mr. Sumino, have you forgotten? You killed Mr. Atsuki. Sure, but why bring that up again? He was a traitor. He had to go. Even if I grant you that, he was still one of us. If you had a comrade who could kill another comrade without batting an eye, would you want to team up with them in a killing game? No way. You've got to be kidding. But... And whenever you do anything, someone invariably ends up dead.
You're cursed! Do us all a favor and get out of here!
Damn, they all hate Takumi in this round.
You're more than cursed. You're the Grim Reaper.
Grim Reaper? It stung, but I couldn't argue. It was true that I was the common denominator in all of the deaths so far. I came back to the past and immediately killed Eito. And because I ignored the message on the blackboard on day 4, Gaku was killed the next day. And 2 days ago, I decided to join the game and encouraged everyone to join with me. And because of that, Kurara died so brutally. If you hadn't convinced us to join this game, Lady Kurara would still be with us. It's all your fault! All of it! Give her back! Give Lady Kurara back to me! Okay, I don't think Kyoshika is sus anymore. I think she just had one weird, out-of-character moment, but I think she's actually Kyoshika.
The blood of Lady Kurara is on your hands!
Kyoshika drew closer to me, letting out a pained cry. I couldn't bring myself to meet her eyes, which were now red and swollen from crying. Kyoshika, no! Moko put herself between us and embraced Kyoshika. Lady Takumi won't bring her back. It'll just make it hurt even more. What? Knowing how to swallow your sorrow is part of fighting. We need to be strong right now. I'm sorry, Takumi. Kyoshika understands, I swear. She knows it's not your fault Kurara died. But she has no outlet for her grief, so she's just taking it out on you. I was so shocked I couldn't utter a single word. I had no idea everyone had so much contempt for me. All I ever wanted to do was make everyone happy. That was why I came back. Where did it all go wrong? I swear, Lady Luck or Fortune or whatever the hell she's called turned against you the moment you offed Eito. Sheesh, this whole slew of shit speaks for itself. Not even I can help you out here. Sorry, but you're on your own. Sorry, Takumi. Everyone left one after the other, leaving me all alone on the rooftop. Damn, they all abandoned him. I felt total despair. This was the first time being so obviously and intentionally isolated. I always had Kadoa by my side in the TRC, and my mom and dad were always waiting at the dinner table whenever I went home. But now, here I was, all alone. I would have to face this game of death by myself. Nobody would ever want to team up with the Grim Reaper. Doubtedly probably would. Then, I thought of something. That's right, Hideko. Oh, yeah. I saw Hideko in my mind's eye. On day 5, she took me to second-to-last Defense Academy. I said we needed to bring in the second team to increase our combat power. I can never really tell what she's thinking, but she's a surprisingly caring person. She might be willing to work with me on this. Maybe I should ask Hideko if she's willing to team up with me. Feeling a sliver of hope, I decided to stop by Hideko's room. I was praying hard as I rang her doorbell. Please, Hideko, you have to answer. If you forsake me too, then it's all over. Maybe my prayers were answered because... Takumi, what do you need at this hour? Hideko! Thank goodness you're still here! I was almost tearing up with happiness. I'm so glad you're here. So glad. The moment I met you, you stirred my soul. Can I go back inside? You're creeping me out. No, wait! Just hear me out, please! You're not about to try to tell me about the word of God, are you? No! I explained everything that had just happened. I didn't leave out a single detail. I told her though how they called me the Grim Reaper, how no one would team up with me. So, your already very low popularity has now hit rock bottom then. It hurts when you lay it out like that, but in a nutshell, yes. At this rate, I'll have to do the invader hunt all alone. I'm begging you, Hideko. There's no one else I can trust. Please, team up with me! I lowered my head and pleaded sincerely. I believe that if anyone would lend me a hand to pull me out of my predicament, it would be Hideko, but I'm afraid I must disappoint you. My hope was crushed. Is there anything I can do to change your mind? If you team up with me, I'll work myself to the bone for you. I promise I'll be useful to you. It's simply not possible. I will not be teaming up with you for this game. Do you think I'm the Grim Reaper too, then? Please, I don't believe in that kind of superstitious nonsense. I simply have my own situation to deal with. Besides, I already have a partner. You do? Is it done to me? Just then. Okay. Yeah, you know what? This makes sense.
Get lost, Takumi. It's just Hideko, it's all mine.
Darn it me! I refuse to do any of the dog noises. I draw the line at- I will say, as the weird shit, I will not make dog noises into the microphone though. I will just read the subtitles.
She's mine! All mine!
Stupid puppy, I told you not to come out. Go back into your doghouse like a good girl.
Don't be mad at me, Mistress Hideko!
Well, what's going on? Why is Daughter-Bee barking? You know how this one's been an overexcited nuisance since the killing game was announced, right? So I turned her into my dog. You know what? Good for them. Good for them, guys. Happy Pride Month. Let's go, lesbians. I don't understand the slightest. Basically, I used strength to make her submit, and it broke her a little. Come to think of it, Daughter-Bee had been unusually quiet during the announcement of the rules. I guess she was already a dog at that point. I have a responsibility to her as her owner, so I'll be playing the game with her.
Go away! No boys allowed in the Yuri zone!
The Yuri zone. Guys, Gaku would have loved this shit. Too bad he's dead.
She's all mine!
I instinctively fled after being ferociously barked at by Daughter-Bee. Damn. Well, sorry Takumi. You're not allowed in the Yuri zone. I guess I'm on my own then. I felt strangely refreshed after being so cleanly rejected. Fine, I'll play by myself. I'll hunt down the invaders on my own, and survive all on my own too. Half sulking, I headed for the entrance hall. Oh, it's him. There was someone unexpected waiting for me when I arrived at the entrance hall. How pitiful that you must go all alone. Are you going to hunt or be hunted? Huh? Were you waiting here so you could laugh at me? No, I merely came to give you some more information. I failed to mention it earlier, but I have added more fire extinguishers. Now you may go outside at any time. You should all hunt whenever it pleases you. So, does he just have- where did he get these fire extinguishers from? Who knows? They're pretty prepared. How long have they been planning this? Now then, go out there and hunt! Struggle away for my amusement! Alright, let's go, guys. Oh my god, I got a CAPTCHA on my Granblue Fantasy thing. I've been playing this game for so long, it thinks I'm a robot. No, let's see if I can solve it. Okay, I am not a robot. Trust. Alright. It's dangerous to stray too far from school. I should try to find invaders as close as possible. I'm pretty sure a decent number of invaders were wandering around the city to the south. I'll head over there today. Look at these guys. Just as I thought, there was a large amount of invaders inhabiting the nearby city. They roamed around the ruins like zombies with no will of their own. They were all just basic cannon fodder. I could defeat them on my own. I sensed their presence and glanced up in the air to see one of the sponsor's bees were trailing me. They must be here to count my points. Okay, here goes. I stifled my breath and slowly crept up on one of the invaders. Time to attack with everything I've got. I wanted to attack, but my legs froze. I couldn't move. Am I scared? I'd fought on my own plenty of times before, but there was a difference between choosing to go it alone and having no alternative. I was going to have to fight alone forever. I was scared of confronting that truth. But I can't just cower forever, can I? I took a deep breath and steeled myself. Ah! This time, I leapt out in front of the invaders. Do I have to do the battle? Okay, I actually do have to do the battle. Fine, that's fine. Don't worry, I have maxed out Takumi's stats. So this shouldn't be that hard.
I've got this. Yeah! Ready when you are. Take that! Go! Here we go. Yeah! My turn.
Okay, hopefully I don't die. There's 3 waves of this?
Here we go. Take this! All right, I've got this. There! Say when. Let's go.
Let's see. Allies acting with 1 AP in battle have a 50% chance of gaining support status. Okay. If I use my attack boost,
ready when you
I
are.
just don't want to be like vulnerable.
I've got this. Let's go. That's it. Here we go. Take this. Got it. My turn. Say when.
I think I do want the Hilo Anima boost for now.
Here we go. Here. Oh, say when. Take this. Got it. Ready when you are.
Alright, that's good. No, you got me.
Let's do this. Take that.
I was already exhausted, even though I only killed off a few minions. I can't come back if I die out here. The lingering fear of death weighed heavily on my mind and body. And I couldn't afford to rest. I had to do whatever it took to get more points. Not to mention... There's more of them! Hey guys. Invaders, drawn by the sound of fighting, were showing up one after the other, and they were beginning to surround me. I prepared to face the next battle with scarcely any time to breathe in between. Okay. I see how to do this, I think.
My turn. Take this. Say when. Ha! Oh, I've got this. There! Got my turn! Ha! I've got this. Ha! Oh, ready when you are.
This is surprising. This works surprisingly well, I will say.
Got it! Let's go!
Oh, I'm a little bit off.
Let's do this! There!
That's fine. Next turn.
Ready when you are. Let's do this! Ha!
Easy enough. Alright, last wave. No matter how many I kill, more just keep cropping up. Invaders kept streaming in until I was completely surrounded. They were just looks, but there were too many of them. My stamina was at its limit.
I wish I wasn't alone.
I need to toughen up, but just telling myself that I wasn't doing anything. For the first time, I truly felt how alone I was. At this rate, I'll die without anyone ever knowing. Just that.
I'll help you out, Takumi.
I do it. I'm like, Yugami was being a little suspicious by just not being into things, and they were like, yeah, we don't know where he is. Oh well. But it's like, guys, he's here. He will actually help out. Probably because I don't know, there's probably some reason behind it that I could headcanon right now, but I'm a little lazy about doing so. I heard a voice and turned around. Standing there was
Yugamu! Of course. Showing up uninvited but sorely needed. It's everybody's beloved Yugamu Omokage. What are you doing here? Were you trying to score some kills out here too? We can talk later. Let's take care of these things first. Our first joint effort.
There was something creepy about how he put it, but I was grateful for him in the moment. Our breaths synced up, and we began to clean up the swarm of invaders. Great. Alright, what's the most efficient way to do this?
I've got this. That's it. Oh, ready when you are. Yeah! Got it. Let's
It's
do
okay,
this.
I will still use Takumi to take out 90% of these guys.
All right.
Alright, hold on.
Ready when you are.
How much of this can I just Azure Blitz and get dealt with?
Here we go.
Or I can just move again.
Gotta push it.
See, the thing
Let's do
is,
this.
Takumi is just too good for me to not use him.
Yeah. Got it. Good to go. Here we go.
I think if I do this, it's fine.
One last strike!
Because I just want to get the big one. And then I think I can use Yugami to clean up the rest of them.
Take care of the rest. Let's get to the killing.
Oh, there's one up here? I didn't even realize that.
This hurts. I'm good to go.
I can't reach that far, god dang it.
Time for me to move. Here it comes. I'm good to go.
Do this.
Experiment time. Let's get to the killing. I'm good to go.
What's the range on this? Oh, I can get all of them. Nice.
I'll kill them all.
How convenient. Yay, S rank. I really need to spend my BP. I have so much of it. Is that all of them? Seems so. I don't sense any trace of them. Well thought, Takumi. You were in quite a predicament considering it's the first day. I couldn't believe it. I was shocked to see how they just kept coming. I was almost killed by a bunch of weaklings. Fighting truly isn't something to be done alone. Right, I didn't get to properly thank you. You saved me, Yugama. Thank you. If you hadn't run into me here, I might have been the first to be eliminated from the invader hunt. Oh, no need to thank me. It wasn't by coincidence that we met here. It wasn't. Yes, I've been following you all morning. You had no idea, did you? Tailing people is one of my specialties. Was he just joking to play off his embarrassment? No, that doesn't seem like what's going on here. He really was following me. Then it makes sense why he showed up at the perfect time to save me. But why? What was the point of following me? Oh, for the love of murder. Don't be so wary of me, Takumi. I'm not going to eat you, alright? Although you look plenty delicious to me. How could I not be wary of an assassin? Yugamo Momokage, the descendant of a family of assassins. I'll come right out and ask, why were you following me? I was figuring out my timing. I wanted to come gallantly to your rescue if you found yourself in trouble. Then I'd be able to show you how useful I am. Call it a courtship display. What the hell is this gay ass shit happening? In my 100 line? It's more likely than you think. Why is everything you say so creepy? Well, that's the long and short of it. He muttered as he held out his right hand to me.
Takumi, would you team up with me?
He's offering to form a team. It was all I ever wanted in my isolation, but... why do you want to team up with someone everyone hates? Wouldn't you rather be with Nozomi or Kyochika or the others? I don't do well in groups. Honestly, I'd rather enjoy my kills alone, but going in alone is too risky. So I thought buddying up with the odd man out would be just the thing. Is that really the only reason? It made sense, but it's hard to decipher his true intentions. I was sure he was planning something, given that he went out of his way to ask me after I'd been ostracized, but if I turned down his offer, I'd have to hunt alone forever. Well, will you join me or not? What do I do? Should I team up with Yugama? Why is this a decision? I feel like there's a very obvious answer here. This should not be a decision. What the hell happens if we say no? Like, what do you mean? Is he just gonna, like, go on his own and be like, nah, I'm perfectly fine? Well, anyways, there is only one answer for me, and it's yes for now. We'll do the no later and figure out how fucked we are after that. But I'm very curious as to what he actually wants. Well, you're stuck with me for a while then. I shook Yugama's hand. Whether he could be trusted was beside the point. I simply couldn't carry on like this all by myself for much longer. For now, I would team up with Yugama. I'm glad to see our hearts are in tune with each other, partner. Want to try for the best couple award while we're at it? Like, he's so obvious about it. And Takumi's just like, stop being a weirdo. And I'm like, Takumi, you can't just say that to someone. You can't just say that to someone who's expressing their affections for you. Don't think they're giving out awards here. Also, you and I are not a couple. While Yugama and I were trading quips, we heard it. What the hell? Who is exploding over there? But what the? There was an ear-splitting sound and the earth shook. It wasn't an earthquake. It felt more like... I sensed a torrential gush of overwhelming energy. Somebody with incredible power is present nearby. Is there a commander?
Yeah.
Don't tell me commanders are joining the hunt! That would be bad news. Just two of us wouldn't be enough to deal with a commander. A little bit of I can't speak today, sorry. A little bit of reconnaissance would go a long way right now. Tiptoe after me as quietly as you can manage, Takumi. Right. We cautiously made our way towards the source of the sound, hiding behind pieces of rubble along the way. And then...
Hey! You saw that, Mistress Hiroko? My 18th invader kill! How've you been treating them?
The bloodiest brand of carnage only I can dish out. What else?
So we got the Yuri zone over here, and then we also have the Yaoi zone. I see how this is going.
Now save your breath for tearing them from limb to limb. Let those entrails fly. Let the bloodworks explode far and wide.
Oh, my Mistress Hiroko! Nobody goes wild as beautifully as you! Your rampaging form electrifies me! You're everything I long to become!
Yeah.
Those two are enjoying this way too much. They aren't hunting anymore. They're just straight up massacring every invader they see. It kills me to say this, but I'm afraid we must cede the best couple award to them. the Yuri is on top. No one can stop them. Something feels off though. Yudoko's always been strong, but when did Donami get so powerful? She hadn't joined any defensive battles before this, and should be woefully unfamiliar with combat. The euphoria of finally being able to take part in a killing game has likely unlocked the latent potential in her Himo Anima, making it bloom. That's an unconventional way to unlock latent potential. It's the power of Yuri! Gaku would know all about this. Why the gripe? Potential is logic defying by definition. Also, we should totally call it a day and head back there. They've likely already murdered all the invaders in this area anyway. Yeah, we've earned enough points for today. Let's go back and rest up for tomorrow. We made our way back and decided to drop by the leisure lounge before returning to our rooms. What are the point totals? We checked the leaderboard. Let's see. Hideko stood first, Donami, Takumi, Yugamu, Moko, Takemura, Koshika, Nozomi, Tsubasa, Ina, Kako, and Shoba is in last currently.
Unsurprisingly, those two are in the top spots. I expect they'll be staying ahead of the pack for a long time to come. I'm in third place? Honestly, I thought I'd be much lower than that. Well, I did take out quite a number of invaders today, and I'm in fourth. If we keep this up, we won't fall to the bottom of the rankings in the first round, at least.
I guess it's like there's a little bit of like a benefit to working in like smaller groups because there's like less points to distribute among them, so it's like even if you have like a smaller group of invaders, you could split that like better than if you were like in a larger group. The first round of this game will last until day 35. Whoever finishes last in each round will be executed. I decided I wouldn't keep tabs on where the others were placed. Ensuring my own survival was more important, and besides...
You're cursed! Do us all a favor and get out of here!
You're more than cursed! You're the Grim Reaper!
The blood of Lady Kurata is on your hands!
Jeez, this whole slew of messed up shit speaks for itself. Not even I can help you out here. I shouldn't be letting the people ostracizing me live right free in my head anyways. Phew, what a day. The constant fighting and stress of possible death had strained my mind and body to their limits. It's only the morning, bro. I wanted to rest early to recover from the fatigue, but...
Hey!
Care to explain what you're doing in my room? Guys, you're a team, which means you have to be near each other at all times now. That's how this works. Just be like Hideko and Donami, whatever the hell they're doing over there. It's just something buddies do, right? And that's what we are. Buddies, partners, bosom chums. It goes without saying we need to be joined at the hip. See, you got the right idea. Join your own hips and get out of here! Come on, bud, humor me. Pretend we're brainstorming strategies for the rest of the hunt. How about that? This game's more of a marathon than a sprint, so we gotta come up with a long-term plan. Playing it by ear the whole time's bound to lead us to a quick and easy death. He makes a very good point. Can't you at least make it clear whether you want to be disgusting or discreet? Who would I be if I didn't dabble in a little bit of both? Call me a double dipper if that's what turns you on.
Hey!
In your dreams! Their dynamic is so funny. After that, we spent several hours discussing strategies for surviving the killing game in the days to come. Bro, I could have imagined how sad it would be if Takumi just had to go do shit by himself, man. Bedtime already? Time flies when we're having so much fun. If you don't mind, Takumi, we can continue the rest of this conversation in bed. Of course I mind! It's about time you went to your own room. Oh, Takumi, throwing me out after our exciting intercourse without any pillow talk at all? How cold is your heart?
Hey!
Stone cold. Out. Now. Dude, Takumi is not entertaining any of this. It's so funny. After chasing Yugawa out of my room, I crawled into bed and closed my eyes. I had to grab every second of sleep I could to let my tired body recover, but... her back. If Lady Kuna not back to me. I swear, Lady Luck or Fortune or whatever the hell she's called turned against you the moment you're off Dato.
Oh.
I will not be teaming up for you. I will not be teaming up with you for this game. Well, okay, Hideko had this whole Donami thing, okay? She and Donami already in a relationship, man. I'm sorry. And I don't think Donami's willing to share is the thing. Their words for this morning reverberated around my mind, preventing me from slipping into a restful slumber. How did it turn out like this? I came back in time to lead everyone towards a brighter future. So why am I being so despised? What I wouldn't give to return to those happy days. It's okay, buddy. You've got a partner now.
Ah.
Let today's hunt begin. I trust you're ready, Takumi? Yeah, ready when you are. On day 2 of the invader hunt, we went out to explore the city again. To earn points by hunting down any invaders we could find. Found some right off the bat. Check out that swarm of invaders at 2 o'clock. I turned in the direction Yugava mentioned and found the invaders lurking behind a ruined building like he said. I don't think they've noticed us yet. Let's get closer and catch them by surprise. Put on your pussy boots and slink behind me, Takumi. Well, that's one interesting way to say that, I will say. Sure. Yugamo had clearly adapted well to the rhythm of the game. He knew how to take quick and decisive action to earn points for our continued survival. I, on the other hand... My feelings had yet to catch up to the strange situation of me participating in a killing game with him as my teammate. What was I doing? Why did Yugamo propose a partnership in the first place? Was my life even worth living if I had to kick someone else down to do it? There were so many things in my mind, but... Come on, Takumi. Time to sound a death knell for them. I didn't have the luxury of time to think them through. Fighting to survive was the only thing I could afford to do now. More battles! Instead of, at least we're not doing explorations. Honestly, I've done so many explorations at this point. I would rather not do more. At least the battles are entertaining to my mind. Let's see, what's the most efficient way to do this?
Let's go. Take that! Got it. Good to go. My turn. Take that! All right, let's do this. Let's get to the killing. I'm good to go. Does this do it for you? Let's get to the killing.
If I do this...
Experiment time. Time for me to move. Let's get to the killing.
I can take out some of it.
Experiment time.
Alright, that's fine for now. They're fine. Let's see.
I can't wait. Good to go. Here we go.
I've also heard that Last Yell is good, just like by stacking it, but I can't really stack a whole lot of it. So, I will just use this one.
There! Ready when you are. Yeah! Here we go. Take this! Got it!
Alright, and then I can take this one out. That's good. Did we get them all? It's too early to be celebrating. More enemies are waiting in the wings. Invaders approaching at 3 o'clock. Okay, which ones do we have now? Ugh, they just keep coming. I prepared for the next battle with scarcely any time to breathe in between. Alright.
Good to go.
Well, now that I have my Hemo Anima boost.
Oh, I've got this. Let's do this. Got it. Here we go. There. Let's go. Let's get to the killing. Let's see how they like this.
This at least will make it so they do less damage. Nice 0 damage. Ow.
I can't wait.
Can I get all of them? I can't.
This may hurt. Ready when you are. That's it. Here we go. All right, my turn.
Okay, this is the last wave, so I can.
Time for me to move. I'll kill them all.
Alright, those ones are gone.
Such a beautiful Let's death. Go. Yeah. Good to go.
And then these ones are dead. Nice. Easy enough. Good job, guys. I mean, if Yugaku continues to be my partner, then I'll level him up. Fighting outside is tiring. My body resists me whenever I think about how death is permanent out here. You need to relax, Takumi. At this rate, you'll kill yourself first before the enemy has a chance. I don't get it. How are you so calm? You're not even perspiring. I wouldn't be much of a professional assassin if I let every other spot of good murdering get me down now, would I? Hey, what's your secret? How do I kill the enemies efficiently while conserving as much stamina as possible? The secret is your heart. That is to say, your frame of mind. Get it in your head that the act of killing is nothing special at all. Nothing more than mundane work. Mundane work? Like hitting a nail with a hammer, like turning a screw with a screwdriver. Just dull, repetitive work to be repeated without much thought or physical strength. So basically, I psych myself into believing it's nothing? Does that really work? Anything more concrete, like a better way to move my body or something? Your body movements are virtually perfect, Takumi. There is nothing to critique. So what's left is your mentality, right? Just give it a shot. You've got nothing to lose. Pretend the act of killing is the most boring job in the world. Just dull, repetitive work. This is you kind of have to be careful about this frame of mind, Takumi. Don't get too invested in this. Despite my misgivings, I decided to try out Yugama's suggestion. I crept up to an invader that happened to be meandering about nearby and launched a surprise attack. Is there more battles? Nope. Without entertaining the fear that threatened to well up from within, I quietly lifted up my sword and brought it down nonchalantly. This was just work, something that had to be done. No need to think too much about it. I went after the next enemy as I repeated those thoughts to myself. Detach yourself. It's just work. Detach yourself. It's just work. Incredible performance, Takumi. It's like you've become another person. Yes, you have an aptitude for killing. I sensed it the moment I laid eyes on you. Yep, he's killed a lot of people in some other bouts. An aptitude for killing? Me? I think you need to get your eyes checked. It might sound strange coming from me, but I wasn't good at such things at all. I tended to miss the obvious, and my reflexes were average at best. I don't have an aptitude for anything. Gifts show up in many different ways. Sometimes they manifest later in life. Later in life? You'll understand one day. I wasn't happy to be left hanging like that, but I knew he would just be evasive if I tried to press the matter, so I did it. Anyway, we should focus on the hunt for now. Now that I seem to be getting my mind under control, I wanted to get used to the hunting at one go as well. Let's go look for the next group of enemies. I feel like I could take down another 15 before calling it a day. Nah, I think we should call it a day for now. We've earned enough points. But I was just getting the hang of it. And that's when it gets dangerous. Everything in moderation, including assassinations. Besides, if we keep up hunting, we'll run into them sooner or later. You okay with that? Them? Just as I was wondering who Yuganba could be talking about. Over here! This will be our starting point for the hunt today. Don't fall behind me, you losers! I heard a familiar voice coming from somewhere nearby. I quietly made my way towards the voice and peered out from behind some rubble. You don't want to, like, kill everything so that no one else can get points, Takumi.
I feel like I'm starting to use my Himo Hanama better. Not even a commander can stop me now. I think.
Confidence is the name of the game, sister dearest. You and I both know nothing can stand in the way of our newly awakened powers and strength and bonds. Don't start getting carried away, you two. Thinking you're invincible because you learned a thing or two is the best way to die on the battlefield. You little chicks can just stay behind my big, strong pinions for now. I ain't gonna let any of you die on my watch. Guys, this is so wholesome. Takimaru taking care of the twins. Wow. I will protect y'all with my life, in the name of Takimaru Yakushiji. They're hunting here too? Takimaru, Eva, and Kako weren't the only ones. I could see Tsubasa, Nozomi, and the others in the distance as well.
Why does finding invaders outside the academy seem so much more graphic? It's like I'm really killing something alive. And all that blood. So much blood. The feel of that invader I just took down still lingers on my hands. Tsubasa, are you okay? I can give you a back rub if it makes you feel better. I think a big one's coming. Why didn't I bring any barf bags with me? Lady Tsubasa is about to start puking like a fountain in a fancy park. Is there anything we can give her in place of a barf bag? Bro, just go to... You're literally in a bunch of ruins. Just go over to a corner and just unload. Alas, necessity knows no decorum. Lady Tsubasa, heave into my sheath bag if you must. Oh, it has little unicorns on it though. Are you sure, Kyoshika? Isn't that the Holy Jumanji Sword's pajamas? The Holy Jumanji Sword is a party animal with a soft spot for the ladies. She'll understand. Is the Holy Jumanji Sword also Yuri-based? Come now, Lady Tsubasa. Let it all out and hold nothing back. We'll be fine. I pushed everything down with sheer willpower. Phew! The roiling stopped. Sorry guys, I haven't been feeling well since this morning. You don't have to mind me. Go on and get more points for yourselves.
Guys, where's Shoma? I'm a little afraid for him. I don't think he's done anything.
We're not supposed to mention that, Tsubasa. Looking out for one another is what teammates do. No wrestler worth their salt abandons their tag partners to get ahead of the match.
Loyalty above self. None shall be left behind. It is the way of the warrior. Takimaru was desperately trying to protect Eva and Kako, who weren't used to fighting. Nozomi and the others refused to abandon Tsubasa, even though she was holding them back. They were watching out for each other like true friends. I used to enjoy that sort of relationship with them too. I could feel my strength rapidly leaving my body. That's right, I've been alienated. What I just saw only served to cement that fact. All those kind and comforting words would never be for me. You look like you're in a lot more pain now than when you were fighting the enemies. That confirms it. Your fatal flaw is that fragile mind of yours. I left the place quietly and made my way back to school, taking care not to be seen by the others. Taking back with me nothing but an armful of distressing thoughts and feelings. I got back to my room earlier than usual, but wasn't in the mood to do anything. Except lie upright on bed and stare long and hard at the ceiling. Well, we just have to keep doing this, I guess. I suddenly realized it was already night. I knew I should be resting, but bad memories kept resurfacing in my mind and pulling me back to wakefulness. Give her back! Give Lady Kurara back to me! How many times do we have to play these freaking flashbacks? Sorry, but you're on your own. I'm afraid I must disappoint you. Like I'm being punished just for being alive. The pain of being despised was far more excruciating than anything the killing game or defensive battles could inflict upon me. In the first 100 days, it wasn't a happy ending by any means, but at least everyone was my friend. We had a barbecue. We set up festival booths. We got testy with each other sometimes, but we always made up for it in the end. Our bonds became unbreakable. How do I repair our friendship? How? As I was agonizing over this matter. Who the hell is he? Is that Yukawa? Maybe he wanted to discuss our strategy for tomorrow's hunt. Although I honestly wasn't in the mood to talk. It wasn't like I could simply drive away the only friend I had right now. I mean, I don't think Hideko and Danami aren't your friends. Oh, okay, maybe not Danami, but I feel like Hideko is still on friendly terms with Takumi compared to the rest of them. I got up slowly and ambled to the door. When I opened it, I saw... yeah, it's Hideko. See? Guys, Hideko does not hate Takumi, I think. I think she just has a lot to deal with Danami. Hideko? Good. I was just about to kick the door down. Wouldn't be the first time. But what are you doing here? Or rather, are you sure you want to be seen here? I'm jinxed. Nothing good will come out of any association with me. Well, aren't you wallowing in self-pity today? Finally lost your mind after falling out of favor with everyone else. Including you, right? You think so? Yeah, I do. You didn't want to team up with me like all the others. I went through hell and back after you left me in the lurch. Those invaders chased after me and surrounded me. I had no way out. They almost killed me. That wouldn't have happened if you hadn't turned me down. It wasn't Hideko's fault that I'd almost been killed. I knew it in my head, but my heart refused to stop these angry words from spilling out of my mouth. Hideko said nothing in response to my irrational accusation at first. You're right. I could have handled that better yesterday. You were already crushed by everyone's unkind words and deeds. I should have been more considerate. So here's a token of my reconciliation from me to you. She took out a box she had been holding under her arm and handed it to me. Token of reconciliation? Open it. I think you'll like what you see. I took the box and gingerly lifted the cover. Inside was... a bee! What? It was the dead body of a gigantic bee. Is this some sort of sick joke? No, wait. This bee. Isn't this one of the sponsor's bees? You killed it? I did. I took advantage of the chaos after Kurara was killed to secure one. As a research sample. What sort of research? You can't be this stupid. Research that will help us kill the sponsor and put an end to this travesty of a game. I was dumbfounded by how nonchalantly Hideko talked about killing the sponsor. The sponsor's invincible. We can't kill them the way we are right now. We can, as long as we can find a way to deal with the 2 weapons they wield. 2 weapons? The bee is the first. The other is that suit they're wearing. That spacesuit thing? Yes, I believe that suit is the source of their invincible power. She was right. We attacked the fellow with all of our might, but didn't even manage to scratch the suit. The outfit clearly had some special powers attached to it. How confident are you of finding something? My research on the suit is already in progress, and I expect to discover its weakness in the very near future. Really? However, I'm too deeply involved in researching the suit to spare time for anything else. I've not done anything about that bee or the identity of the sponsor yet. And you're bringing me on board to deal with the lack of manpower? Something like that. So, are you willing to join me on my quest to bring down the sponsor? If that were truly possible, I'd be more than happy to give her as much help as she needed. But there were some things that were bothering me.
Huh?
If you wanted my help, why did you turn me down yesterday when I asked to team up? Then you wouldn't have had to come over again to do this. Where are your brains? Try to remember what my exact words were. Okay, if I had to guess, it's because, like, Hideko knows that if Takumi joined her and Danami, then Danami maybe wouldn't have been, like, as excited and maybe wouldn't have gotten as many points or something. Because I think, like, Hideko wants to make it so, like, Danami doesn't just, like, get last place so that she dies, right? And to do that, she has to get her in the Yuri zone! I will not be teaming up for you. I will not be teaming up with you for this game. Surely you understand the implication? That I would be teaming up with you outside of the game instead? Oh, sorry, I guess I couldn't see past that big bush you were beating around. You've been nothing but dismissive of me so far. When I was alienated, you didn't try to take my side. Just so we're clear, this doesn't mean we trust you or anything. Yes, I do think I could have handled that better, but can you blame me? I was still trying to figure out if I could trust the person you are right now. Okay, yeah, she's definitely been in timelines where Takumi's been a little bit sus. And by a little bit, I mean probably hella sus and has killed hella people, if I really had to guess. The person I am right now? It sounded like there was a deeper meaning to her statement, but I decided this wasn't the time or place to pursue it. So it's like, there's probably been multiple timelines where Takumi's been like taken over by the Gi, and then it's been really weird, or has just been really weird in general without any parasitic influence, but who knows? The Takumi Sumito that I know is essentially a good person. He cherishes his friends, has a strong sense of justice, and possesses good leadership qualities. Someone worthy of my trust, however. Oh, I'm getting a phone call. 1 second. Alright, I'm back again. Let's see. You killed Ato on the night of day 2. A would-be traitor who had yet to do anything out of line. That created some doubts in me. I had to wonder if the Takumi I'm seeing right now is the Takumi I know. That is why I've been assessing you from a slight distance. To see whether you, the person you are right now, can be trusted. It was starting to make sense now, like she wanted to come with me to Second to Last Defense Academy when I went there. She wanted to use the opportunity to assert my humanity. We can chat later. Let's be on our way. I couldn't find a definitive answer to my question. Until that day, when the game sponsor appeared and fatally wounded Kunoda. You were the first to attack that unknown enemy in order to save her, with no care about what might happen to yourself. You were like a ray of light back then, and that's when I was convinced.
You are the Takumi I know. The same kind-hearted Takumi Sumino, with the most disheveled and generic mug, who always puts his friends above himself.
My tears threatened to spill over despite myself. To think there was someone who still had so much faith in me after being called the Grim Reaper by everyone else. There, I said it. Now are you willing to work with me to bring down the sponsor? I'm not taking no for an answer. I wasn't as cold-hearted as to say no to someone who had just bared so much of their heart to me. However, you know I want nothing more than to do just that. But I'm already in a team with Yugama. What should we do about him? He's welcome to join us. His knowledge in biology will be very helpful in analyzing the body of that bee. He may not want to go against the sponsor, though. When it comes to killing someone, he tends to err on the side of discretion and deliberation. That's where your leadership abilities come into play. Leader, what? You have just been appointed leader of the Anti-Sponsor Alliance. The ASA, is that what we're calling this? Hang on a minute. Shouldn't the one who suggested the partnership in the first place be responsible for taking the lead and... You know I'm not the leader type. Barking orders is just not my kind of thing. Excuse me? You expect me to believe you after all that tyranny you displayed in the previous 100 days? I'll leave the convincing to you, leader. The Anti-Sponsor Alliance will turn this situation around. Defeating the invincible sponsor of this game. It sounded impossible, but being told we could do this by Hideko of all people. Somehow it felt like we really could. Maybe the others would have a better opinion of me if I played a part in taking down the sponsor. Maybe we could become friends again. I fell asleep clinging to that small ray of hope that had lighted up in my heart. Why do they keep asking me to save? It has not asked me to save in any of the other routes. This is so odd. Like, why there's so many save points? Usually just auto-saves and we're done with it. An alliance? Sure, sign me up. Yugama agreed to join the Anti-Sponsor Alliance so readily, I almost felt disappointed. That's it? You're not gonna think about it a little more? We're going up against someone virtually invincible, you know. It's a risky gamble that may very well end in our own deaths. The same amount of risk we're facing if we continue playing this game, right? We may not end up in last place during the first round, but what about the second? What about the third, the fourth, and so on? We'd be completely worn out by then. Would we be able to drive away any commanders who chose to launch an attack during that time? Either way, our strength will slowly be sapped away. Exactly. None of the others have noticed yet, but we're standing at the crossroads of destiny right now. Either we break free of the situation either by defeating the sponsor or get slowly tortured to death as the game drags on. So, you can imagine how grateful I am to Hideko for taking the lead and revolting against the status quo. The thing is... His expression darkened. I have one major cause of concern with this alliance. What's that? Hideko's current teammate, Dadami. She's made no secret of how much she loves killing games. Hard to believe she'd be sympathetic to our quest to put an end to this game. You know what I mean? I'm sure Hideko will find a clever way to hide it from her or something. She said as much last night. What does Dadami think about this plan? Killing the sponsor to end the game. She may get mad because she loves her killing game so much. I'm keeping it a secret from her. She's merely my in-game partner, that's all.
Oh.
I was never going to let her join the anti-sponsor alliance. Incomprehensible. Why even bother teaming up with her in the first place? I'm sure she has her reasons that she won't reveal, even if we pressed. It's because of Yuri! Ah yes, femme fatale, thy name is Hiroko. Not that I approve of allies keeping secrets from each other. You speak for yourself. Point taken. We'll put Donami on the back burner for now. So, what exactly are we expected to do? Good question. Our top priority is to earn as many points as possible. The plan immediately falls apart if anyone in this alliance gets executed in the first round. Stay in a rank that safeguards you from that outcome. Understood. Safety first. Basically, focus on the hunt in the morning and the anti-sponsor alliance activities in the afternoon. Your role in the alliance is...
Oh.
I want the anatomy and the abilities of the speed to be thoroughly analyzed. This will primarily be Yugama's job since he's so good at dissection. Good. You'll be fabulous. I'm dying to get my hands on those bee remains already. By the way, what's your role? Takumi, I want you to investigate the identity of the sponsor. Focus on whether they're an invader or not. How exactly am I going to do that? Look up books at a library or something? Horses for courses and all that jazz, right? Best person to ask about invaders would be an invader himself. So, Ava then. Yeah, Hiroko passed me the key to the cage in the courtyard and said she'll leave the interrogation to me. You think she'll be cooperative? She's a former commander we captured and imprisoned. I doubt she'll betray her companions so easily. I know, let me tag along. I'm quite the killer torturer if I do say so myself. I'm not making the slurp sound effect. No, you stay far, far away from her, and wipe that drool off your face. It wasn't easy for me to build some semblance of a friendly relationship with Ava, and I wasn't about to let this lunatic flush that down the proverbial toilet. Acknowledged. I'll follow Hiroko's general directions as instructed. That means going out there to earn some invader points right now. You ready, Takumi?
Yeah!
Yeah, ready when you are. We took out our weapons and went through attacking the invaders loitering in the ruins. Do I have to do this? I applied Yugama's advice from yesterday about treating the killings as mundane work. Lifting up my sword quietly and bringing it down nonchalantly. It's just work, I kept repeating to myself in my head. Attach yourself. It's just work. Attach yourself. It's just work. No, that sponsor isn't one of us. When I asked Ava about the sponsor's identity, she flatly rejected the possibility of them being an invader. Absolutely impossible. I can stake my life on it. You must have solid proof to be so sure. The proof is in the strangeness of their abilities. If they were truly one of our ilk, they wouldn't be using blood-sucking bees to fight. What do you mean? Bees are taboo in your religion or something? Not the bees. The blood-sucking. Oh yeah, the Hio Anima draining. The absorption of divine blood is strictly prohibited in our commandments. Divine blood? Meaning the cryptoglobin running in our veins? Absorbing cryptoglobin was prohibited. That reminded me of something similar I had heard during my previous 100 days. Oh, my god, you must see, right? It's been so long. Hio Anima, or cryptoglobin, was it? Absorbing cryptoglobin is a taboo of the highest order. Which proved that the sponsor of this game couldn't have been an invader since he absorbed Kuroda's cryptoglobin. First of all, if the hosts were one of us, why would they organize a game to hunt down their own kind? Yeah, good point. It didn't make sense for an invader to urge the enemy to hunt down other invaders. However, this did complicate things. If the sponsor was neither Special Defense Unit nor School Invader, did that mean they were an unknown third party? By the way, Takumi, if you don't mind me asking... Ava suddenly changed the subject. Remember that favor I asked for the other day? Did you bring it for me? Bring what? Oh my god, Takumi, you're so stupid. The mask! You know, my mask? You promised you'd return it to me. Right, she did ask me for her mask a while back. Please, return my mask to me.
Huh?
Your mask? The mask I was wearing on the battlefield. My people highly value our masks. We consider them as part of us. The mask was really important to her, as much as I'd like to give it back to her right now. I'm sorry, Eva. I'm gonna have to go back on that promise. You'll have to bear your faith for a little while longer. But why? Why are you being so mean to me? She grabbed hold of the cage bars as she protested, tears welling up in her eyes. Exposing our plain faces is as embarrassing as walking around outside without clothes! Do you enjoy humiliating me so much? This is prisoner abuse! Wait, calm down! I'm not trying to be mean, but it's just... the timing's not right. What do you mean the timing's not right? The mask is a symbol of your identity as a commander, right? Wearing it will make everyone realize that you're also a target of the invader hunt. As a commander, Ava was most likely one of the targets of this game. Her death would likely result in a lot of points. If anyone realized that, she was bound to be murdered sooner or later.
Hey!
I can't give you back your mask in order to keep you safe, that's all. I can protect myself! I'm not known as a hero among my people for nothing! But you can't use any of your powers when you're inside this prison. You'd be like a sitting duck. But... Look, you just have to accept it. I'm not about to sit around and watch you get killed. Well, that happens in a lot of other rounds, I will say. You're not getting your mask back, no matter what. Ava looked entirely unconvinced, and it seemed like she was about to protest again, but... This is awful. She sighed deeply, in what sounded like resignation to me. Bro, she's about to blow herself up. Hey, cheer up! Once the game is over, you can have your mask back, okay? Maskless life isn't that bad once in a while, see? No risk of heat damage to your face. Oh, she's really bad at it. I'm very sorry. She ignored my encouragements and apologies in favor of glaring at me through half-lidded eyes.
You're so useless. Can't even fetch a simple mask for me?
Huh? I thought I'd been imagining things. Did she just whisper something really out of character for her? Ava, sorry, can you repeat that again? Did I hear you calling me useless? Do you have a problem with me speaking the truth now? I can go on, you know.
Takumi's a gibbering idiot! The enemy of all maidenkind! Downright pervert! I'll sue you for prisoner abuse one day.
Why does she kind of sound like Kurara? Ava had done a complete about face. What could have transformed that sweet, docile lady from just now into this sharp-tongued witch? I'm guessing these are your true colors, huh? Yes, I'm done playing nice. I know I won't be getting anything out of you. This is the pit of the pits. After all that hard work, I didn't even get to see a glimpse of my mask. Why don't you just give it back already? The shock of not being able to get her mask back made Ava burst into tears. She had been putting on an act all this time. I was astonished by that fact and annoyed by her hurtful accusations, but... What am I supposed to do now? I couldn't muster up the anger to chide her as she wept sadly. She was likely mentally strained from the stress of being held in the middle of an enemy stronghold. No wonder everyone hates me. Damn, Takumi kinda sucked at that. Also, I'm like, guys, is Kurara like possessing her or something? Because Kurara also has this reaction with her mask and stuff. Very intriguing. I quietly left the courtyard so as to not agitate Ava any further. After that, I returned to my room and organized the information I'd gotten out of Ava in a notebook. And then, once night fell, The bedtime announcement played. By rights, we should all be turning off the lights and jumping into bed right now, but the Alliance meeting shall now begin. We'll take turns to share our findings of the day with each other. It had been decided that the Anti-Sponsor Alliance would be holding nightly meetings in my room to exchange information starting from tonight. You start first, Takumi. Learn anything new about the identity of the sponsor?
Huh?
Yes, according to what Ava told me. I shared the results of my investigation with everyone. About how the bee could not have been a weapon of an invader. That blood-sucking was taboo to the invaders, so the sponsor couldn't have been one since they sucked Kurara's blood. In conclusion, it's quite likely the sponsor is an unknown third party, unrelated to us or the school invaders. That's all from me. We're already having enough trouble with the invaders, and now there's a third party? This is highly displeasing. Be that as it may, I must commend you for a job well done. That was remarkable work for a person of your intelligence. Thanks, but can I get something other than a backhanded compliment once in a while? I'll work on it if I feel like it. So that's a no. Allow me to go next. After dismembering the dead bee and investigating its anatomy, I made several discoveries. First of all, the bee was modeled after a type of parasitic wasp. A horrible species that parasitizes the bodies of butterfly larvae and feeds off their innards. Basically, that bee was simply a scaled-up version of a parasitic wasp. There's just one major difference between this bee and an actual parasitic wasp. Bees and hornets usually use their stingers to inject poison into an enemy's body. This giant bee, however, uses it to suck stuff out. Like a blood-collecting device of sorts. It works more like a mosquito stinger. We all saw that bee use it to suck the blood out of Kurara. Yes, and she was drained in a few seconds, a testament to the strength of its suction. But it does bring up another question. The body of the bee has nowhere to store the blood it sucks. So where did Kurara's blood disappear to? Maybe it was warped to another place instantly. It's likely that's what's happening. Maybe it's designed to transfer all the nutrients it sucks up into the sponsor's stomach. In other words, the sponsor's using the bees to consume cryptoglobin. Just a hypothesis. If that turned out to be true, it would mean the sponsor absorbed Kurara's blood. The thought of my friend's blood being used as food sparked an intense rage within me. And that's all I've got. Let's hear what Hideko has to say now. Any progress on that suit the sponsor's wearing? Yes, I'd venture to say there's been some major progress, much more than I initially expected. I may be able to get my hands on a spare suit worn by the sponsor in the very near future. There's a spare suit? Yes, and I've almost pinpointed its location. All that's left is refine the coordinates. This is going to be very useful for, like, piecing together what happened in the other routes where there's, like, these suit people and stuff, I think. Probably. Hideko previously said the sponsor's invisibility came from that suit. If we could secure something similar, wouldn't that make us invisible as well? Where is the spare? We could look for it together. No, that wouldn't work. I'll search for it myself. Why? 3 sets of eyes are faster than 1, right? Because I'm the only one who can find that place. Something terrible beyond all imagination may happen if someone other than me discovered it. So don't even try, understand? Her assertive tone made it clear that there would be no further discussion on the matter. Something that could cause the usually placid Hideko to get so worked up had to be extraordinary. Okay, I'll respect your wishes even if I don't understand them. It's for the best. Moving on, what's the plan for tomorrow and beyond? I need you two to continue your research. We're having a dire lack of good information right now. Don't forget to keep earning points in the game as well. Stay in 6th place or higher. Also, avoid situations that may end up with you dying to mere minions. As usual, we're going with safety first. If you accidentally die, I'll bring you back to life and kill you myself, Takumi. Why only me? Because if anyone will screw up, it's you. I'll be fine. You got this with me, and I'm not that bad of a fighter myself. You should be watching out for yourself. You were the first to die last time. Please, are you talking to me? I am much stronger than the Hideko you knew. Dotami and I could take out a commander or two by ourselves. Dotami, huh? Yugama's expression darkened at that. Hideko, I just don't get it. Why would you team up with Dotami, of all people? I'll be brutally honest, the fact that you're a team doesn't sit well with me. She loves her killing games. I can't imagine she won't at least try to sabotage our work if she ever finds out about it. Rest assured, she'll never find out. She's just my in-game partner. Nothing more, nothing less. I'm talking about the what-ifs right now. You can't guarantee that it won't happen. You really ought to dissolve your partnership with her. No, I'm not letting her out of my sight. She has an important role to play as well. Which is? I can't tell you. Why not? Shouldn't allies share as much information with each other as possible? Yugama continued to question Hideko about her reason for teaming up with Dotami, but she kept quiet throughout. Very suspicious, but we'll find out probably later. The alliance meeting ended on a slightly sour note because of that. Day 29. Oh my god, there's so many days left. There's so many days left. I feel like so much has happened already. Oh my god. Oh. It had been 4 days since the game started, and I had gotten used to fighting outside the academy. I would wander around town quietly in search of invaders and strike them down, using as little energy as possible. Detach yourself. It's just work. Detach yourself. Take their lives. Detach yourself. It's just work. Nice. Seems like I'm in pretty good form today. I doubted I would end up in last place in the first round if I kept this up. But ensuring my survival alone wasn't enough to put me at ease. The ultimate goal of the Anti-Sponsor Alliance was to put an end to this game by killing the sponsor. But what was the sponsor hoping to achieve by making us do this? I couldn't get that one thought out of my mind as I cut down one invader after another. In a way, the sponsor and Siri were similar. Both were trying to make us fight against invaders. Except, Siri never ordered us to fight outside the academy. He always insisted we fight on the academy grounds. On the other hand, the rules laid down by the sponsor basically forbade us from doing so. They were designed to make us fight outside. Why was the sponsor so determined to make us fight out here? Did they not want us using the revival-matic? Dying outside when our dead bodies couldn't be revived. Was that the sponsor's objective? To ensure that anyone who died would stay dead? Hey Takumi, when did your hands go on vacation? I was jolted back to reality by Yugama's teasing. Sorry, just thinking about something. It's dangerous to think and kill at the same time. There's a fine line between familiarity and carelessness. Keep your mind on the hunt for now. Don't forget about what Hideko warned you last night about getting killed. You're right. Sorry about that. I refocused my mind on the task at hand. With my sword in hand and my mind clear, I resumed the work of hunting down invaders. Yugama and I then spent the better part of that morning killing together. We returned to the academy a little past noon and immediately made our way to the leisure lounge. There, we checked our latest ranks.
I'm in 4th place, and Yugamu's in 6th.
Interesting. Our positions had slipped from the first day, but we were still within the top bracket. Since it was already the 4th day, it was unlikely we would tumble all the way to the bottom this round unless something catastrophic happened.
Shoma's currently in last place.
I had told myself not to look at the other positions, but my eyes naturally drifted to the last spot. Speaking of leaderboard positions,
Tsubasa's is surprisingly high.
She was clearly holding her teammates back yesterday. You don't have to mind me. Go on and get more points for yourselves. Tsubasa, you promised not to say that anymore. Looking out for one another is what teammates do. No wrestler worth their salt abandons their tag partners to get ahead in the match. She's likely benefiting from the point-sharing system. What point-sharing system? What? You haven't noticed? There's a way to earn points in this game without killing any invaders yourself. There is. Yugama took out a notepad and started drawing some sort of diagram on it. Let's say, for example, a 10-point enemy appears in front of you. You kill that enemy by yourself. You gain 10 whole points.
Oh.
But if I help you in the fight, I gain a percentage of those 10 points. Could be a 50-50 or 80-20 split, depending on the situation. It all hinges on how much each person contributed to the fight. Simply joining the fight earns you at least 10% of the points. Tsubasa's Himoenema is very versatile, and so I'm sure she's earning points by supporting the others. So every member of the team gets some credit as long as they work together, like in sports? A strange but fitting comparison. Weaker players earn points by focusing their efforts on supporting others. Stronger players gain support by offering to share points with those who do. This game may not be about pure combat prowess, but how well we work together. We're being tested on our teamwork in a killing game? A killing game usually pits participants against each other, but the rules for this one clearly lent itself to fostering teamwork. Had this been implemented to adjust the difficulty of the game to our level? Or did the sponsor have some ulterior motive? One second, I'm getting another phone call. Alright, I'm back again. Lots of breaks today. Anyways. I returned to my room, unable to quash the indescribable wave of nausea threatening to bowl me over. What should I do this afternoon? Free time? I was in my room, trying to figure out what to do in the time I had before the nightly meeting. My role in the Anti-Sponsor Alliance was to find out about the identity of the sponsor, but it's not as easy as it sounds. I felt like I needed clear direction, like where I was supposed to even start. If only I had a hint of sorts to help me get the ball rolling. I suppose I'll just have to ask around. Asking around for information would be the best way to find clues that might shed more light on the matter. Asking around. Yes, that's what I'll be doing today. The others would surely be shocked to see the most unpopular guy in school right now approaching them out of the blue. But I can't just hole up in my room all day without at least trying something. I steeled myself before dashing out of the room. Cool. Oh, the boss is outside. Where is she? Takumi! Tsubasa lowered her eyes awkwardly when I called out to her. I'm sorry for abandoning you the other day. Did everything turn out alright after that? Yeah, I managed to get away with my life somehow. Yugamo and I are a team now. I'm just glad you're safe. I don't want to see any more of my friends dying. Oh, that means Shoma's in trouble for the first round, huh? Why? He's not taking part in the game at all. Takimaru's been pulling out all the stops to invite him, but he refuses to even leave his room. I see. Shoma's probably going to be the first to die if things continue like this. But we could save him if we took down the sponsor before that happened. Tsubasa, do you happen to know anything about the sponsor? I'm trying to find out if their true identity. That's a question I'd like to answer myself. Why did they show up and make us take part in this killing game? None of it makes any sense. Alright, let's see, who else can we talk to? Oh, we can talk to Donami in the rec room. This is Bliss! Whoa, who just shouted? It is I, Donami, and I'm shouting because this is the happiest I've ever been. Killing game? Check. Mistress Hideko's lapdog? Check.
Killing and killing and killing every day and night. Check, check, and check. I'm Mistress Hirako's loyal lapdog in a killing game. What else does a person need to be happy in life? Just thinking about how I'm gonna wring the innards out of those invaders tomorrow releases so many endorphins into my brain. I may just pass out from sheer pleasure.
Nanami was enjoying the current situation with every fiber of her being. I still couldn't understand why Hideko would team up with someone like that. Alright, let's see. Ava probably hates us. I don't know if she actually wants to talk. Ava was in her cell, looking as dejected as I left her. She was clearly still aghast at not being able to get her mask back. Okay, yep, that's what I thought. Hey guys. Using a monitor instead of a blackboard. I bet- oh, never mind. I clicked on that. Do not speak to me as if we were friends. I will never, ever forgive you for sending Lady Kurada to her dismal death. Be gone, accursed Grim Reaper, and give Lady Kurada back to me! Calm down, Kyoshika. I'm sorry, Takumi, but Kyoshika's still very angry about what happened, so... I know I wasn't popular, but actually having such vitriol spewed directly in my face was a sobering experience. Oh. No. Ah, let's talk to Takemaru in the parking lot. Hey, Takemaru, can I have a minute? I'm gathering information about the sponsor right now and... Sorry, man, I ain't got nothing to say to you. You're just bad luck these days. Everything you touch turns to ashes. Bad luck, huh? Just part of being the school jinx, I guess. No. Everyone hates him. Info about the sponsor's identity? Oh my, are you investigating that too? Too? As in, you're also looking into this? You bet. I even tried to film a day-in-the-life documentary of the sponsor some time ago. Day in the life? No. First, I made a camera with a Gift-O-Matic. Then I tailed the sponsor around for 24 hours. That way, if they ever revealed their face during that time, we'd catch it on film, right? And did you? Oh, I wish. They clinged to that spacesuit like it was the championship belt itself. How is it possible to carry out any sort of daily routine with that suit on? What about food? Oh, the sponsor doesn't eat. Doesn't eat? Yeah, I never saw them eat or sleep even once. Just kept buzzing out orders to their bee underlings day in, day out. What if they're like a robot or something? That's my thing. Either that or their Hemo Anima is somehow sustaining them. The sponsor can stay active for 24 hours without any food or sleep? It sounded unbelievable to me, but Moko wasn't the type to tell tall tales. We're dealing with a real main event headliner here. Better be ready for a Royal Rumble if you're trying to unveil their real identity. Okay, I've collected quite a bit of information. I'd learned a lot and was glad I'd mustered up the courage to talk to everyone. After putting the information down in a notebook, I prepared for the nightly meeting. Hey guys. Back in Takumi's room. For the Anti-Sponsor Alliance, the bedtime announcement was now a call to action instead of a reminder to rest. A sign for us to gather and report on the day's findings. So now we know it's highly possible the sponsor doesn't eat or sleep. And still manages to be so powerful? They should just quit sponsoring killing games and go make a killing in the business world instead. Who wouldn't be impressed by a corporate soldier who can work all day and night? This is neither the time nor the place to be joking around. It's precisely the time and place to be funny. Morbid humor is the best way to deal with morbid situations. That's just how strong the enemy we're up against is, right, Hideko? The sponsored person is an enigma. Stays active for 24 hours without any sort of nutritional replenishment. Are we dealing with a robot? We can't rule out that possibility considering what little we know of their identity. Be that as it may, I must commend you for a job well done. That was remarkable work for a person of your intelligence. Thanks, but can I get something other than a backhanded compliment once in a while? Was that a joke? It must be. Your entire existence is one. Well, aren't you something yourself? Allow me to share my additional findings on the bee's anatomy next. I got down to business today by dismembering the bee to its smallest parts. Some interesting truths were uncovered as a result. Despite a tough and grandiose appearance, it doesn't quite have the hardiness to match. The joints snap out of place if you even look at them wrong, and the stinger comes off without much effort as well. It's as fragile as life itself. But it can't be so weak. These bells killed Kuroda like it was nothing. Their bodies were likely enhanced by some supernatural means when they were still alive. Supernatural, in other words, hemoanima. The ability to move around without needing to eat or rest. Hemoanima enhanced these. The more we tried to pry into the sponsor's business, the more of their uncanny strengths we seemed to discover. But none of these proved that the sponsor themselves was impossible to defeat. If we could just find a way to get them out of that invincibility suit. Last but not least, let's hear what Hideko has to tell us. Did you find that spare suit you talked about? Yes, I pinpointed the location yesterday. If all goes well, I should be able to get my hands on the suit by tomorrow. What, really? I honestly wasn't expecting to find it so soon either. Once we actually have it, uncovering a weakness or two should be trivial work. Unfortunately for that sponsor, their invader hunt is about to draw to a premature close. An end to this abominable invader hunt seems like a dream, but Hideko seemed confident the odds were in our favor. Anything we can do to help you secure the spare suit? Quite a lot. In fact, I'd venture to say I couldn't possibly recover the suit without your help. The suit is located somewhere to the south of this campus. Actually, getting the suit is going to be the easy part. The thing is, if the bees flying around find out what we're doing, all our efforts will go down the drain. Because then, the sponsor would realize what we're up to. That's why we're going to need a little bit of creative prep work to hoodwink these roaming bees. With that preface, Hideko shared with us a brief outline of her plan. Our operation commences at 7 AM tomorrow. The three of us here, plus Dodami, will head south in the direction of the town. Once we're somewhere in the vicinity of this area, we'll start hunting down invaders. As we do, we'll destroy the ruins around there in the flashiest way possible, kicking up as much dust and ash as we can. I'll use the sudden drop invisibility as camouflage to secretly move to the place with a spare suit without being discovered by the bees. We'll meet up once I find the suit, and rush back to school to examine it until we can discover its weaknesses. After we discern a way to destroy the invincibility suit, it's showdown time with the sponsor. Hideko's plan was simple but bold. She could absolutely end everything tomorrow if circumstances allowed, both the invader hunt and the sponsor themselves. Will you help me, Takumi and Yugamu? An earnest plea for help from Hideko without her usual bars was a straight yes from me. I nodded vigorously. Of course I'll help you. Let's get that suit and bring down the sponsor together. I'm against this plan. I won't be joining it. What's gotten into you, Yugamu? Is there something wrong with the plan? Nothing wrong with the plan, per se. What's wrong is one of the participants. Hideko, why are you letting Dodami join the operation tomorrow? You've been insisting all the time she's nothing but your in-game partner and not a member of the Anti-Sponsor Alliance. She's very strong. She'll be useful in combat. That's nice, but what guarantee is there she won't turn around and slit our throats after learning of the plan? She lives and breathes killing games. I can already picture her lunging at us in unrestrained anger when she finds out we're trying to put a stop to her beloved game. You're overthinking this. She'll be too engrossed in the game to even notice what we're doing. That's my point, see? It's counterproductive to let someone so engrossed in killing games into our confidence. I disagree. I'm bringing her along tomorrow by hook or by crook. I have my reasons. Oh, such as? The discussion was leading nowhere. Neither Hideko nor Yugamu seemed willing to compromise. Tomorrow's operation would be aborted if we didn't find a way to break the stalemate. I had to do something. I'm afraid I have to take Yugamu's side this time, Hideko. We're putting our lives on the line tomorrow. Yet at the same time, you're trying to involve someone outside of the Alliance. You can't blame us for feeling hesitant. Even you think so? She averted her eyes and bit on her lips. Fine. I won't ask for your help anymore. I'll get the suit myself. Hold on! I'm not finding fault with you or anything! I reached out quickly and grabbed Hideko's hand before she could leave the room. We understand you have secrets you can't fully share with us, and we know you have your reasons. But can't you at least tell us something? It has to be something out of the ordinary, right? You're not the type to insist on doing things your way for mere selfish reasons. And how are you so sure I'm not? Because you trusted me, so I trust you too. It was Hideko who trusted me and brought me out when everyone else was shunning me and calling me a jinx. If she needed help, I wanted to do everything in my power to help her. I quietly pleaded with Hideko while intensely staring at her in the eyes, praying hard that she would trust and lean on me. And then... it was a sigh of resignation. The trouble with your generic face is how it completely disarms you when you're spouting the occasional hero-like rhetoric. Very well. You will have a full explanation on why I must bring Doremi along. Really? Yes, but not here. Outside. What do you mean, outside? Why are we going outside? I'll be waiting for you on the roof. Come alone. With that, she exited the room, but her wanting to meet with me alone would mean... Oh, for the love of murder. I'm the outcast now, eh? I don't mind. Go ahead, talk to me. I'll be right here, keeping your bed warm for you until you return. Yeah, thanks. I'll be right back after hearing what she has to say. Also, don't touch my bed. No promises. Please, promise. I left Yugama behind in my room and went out to the roof. Huh? Hideko? Where the hell is she? I didn't see Hideko on the roof, even though she said she'd be waiting for me there. Useless, unless she went back to her room. Over here, Takumi. So that's where the CG comes from. I've seen it around, but I've never known. I was like, what is the context? But nope, we're just sitting out here with Hideko, of course. I turned the direction of the voice and saw Hideko seated on the ledge. She was staring intently at something. I followed her gaze and... oh, the artificial satellite. There was the artificial satellite floating in the night sky.
Do you long to see the people living there again?
Her question was sudden and unexpected.
Of course I do. That's what I'm fighting so hard for.
Yes, you would be right. We're all fighting here because there are people we want to see again. We'll be able to go back to them after this war ends. That's what motivates us to keep going. In other words, that's why we're so determined not to die here. However, Doremi has none of that. She's got nowhere to return to.
Nowhere? Surely she has family who can take her in.
Bro, Doremi's family situation is complete ass.
Not all families are worth going back to. Not that I expect you to understand.
She was right. I didn't understand. How could I? It was my cherished dream to be surrounded by my parents and cuddle at the dinner table again someday.
Takumi, do you know why Doremi is so enamored with killing games?
No.
It's very simple. She grew up in an environment that was like a killing game in itself. If she'd let her guard down, even for a brief moment, she'd be abused by her parents or teachers. Punishment awaited her at every turn for no reason other than the adults in her life having a bad day. None of the grown-ups who were supposed to be looking out for her reached out to help in her time of need. You see? Just like a killing game, right?
I had an inkling Doremi may not have come from the best of family environments, but I had no idea it was that bad. I'm not surprised! Leeching off someone else without ever giving anything back, and abusing that on top of that? Sounds like my scumbag brother! Right, just like how he ignored all the eviction notices and restraining orders and doubled down on the violence. Dad goes to see the horse races on Sunday afternoons and beats me when he loses his bet. She wasn't kidding about that.
When you go through life living like that, you can't help but wonder, why only me?
Yeah, that's understandable.
Why am I the only one suffering like this? Why can't everyone suffer together with me? Young and old, male and female. We should all suffer together. Use up our lives, our very existences, to entertain ourselves through misery. That's why she loves her killing game so much. It's the closest thing to her ideal world she can find.
So she was being dead serious when she talked about wanting to start a killing game.
Dead and buried 6 feet underground.
What sort of mentality could drive a person to be this desperate for a killing game to begin?
Her wish to see the whole world turn into a killing game was never going to come true under normal circumstances. But as fate decreed, that wish somehow actually did come true.
When the sponsor showed up, the sponsor of the killing game suddenly appeared in midair one day. Tetsubi must have felt like her childhood dream was finally coming true.
She's on Cloud 9 right now, living out a dream that once seemed impossible to achieve, and she intends to die in it, after playing to her heart's content.
Die? Even though her dream finally came true?
Exactly. Now that her dream has come true, she has nothing to live for anymore.
She didn't look like someone who wanted to die, though. The few times I've seen her outside the academy.
In fact, you guys were slaughtering the school invaders together quite enthusiastically. Someone who fought with such wanton abandon in a situation where there was no coming back from death couldn't exactly be mentally sound now, could they? She was right. Someone with normal sensitivities would be a lot more cautious about this.
Without me keeping a close eye on her, she'll be running headlong into the largest group of invaders she can find. If I don't keep forcing her to return together, she'll keep on fighting, even past her limits. Even after returning, she always wants to go right back out to continue the hunt. She's basically committing slow suicide. I can't take my eyes off her for a minute.
Is that why you're so insistent on bringing her along for tomorrow's operation?
I just don't want to leave her alone to her own devices. A short while's fine, but I get the feeling we may be taking a while tomorrow. I have to take her along. If I don't want to come back to a dead Darumi, this whole plan would be pointless if even one person dies.
I was completely dumbfounded. Hideko was serious about saving everybody's lives. But then again, Hideko had always been like that, even last time. My primary goal here is to win the war. There is nothing I won't do for the sake of victory. But it's not enough for us to defeat the invaders. All of us have to survive as well. That's what victory means to me. She would ensure no one got left behind by snatching them from the jaws of death, even if it meant taking their place. Her tenacity in this aspect had saved me, and was now saving Tadabi. My body trembled involuntarily when I realized the depth of Hideko's determination. I had to admit it, she was the real hero here. I feel bad for Tadabi, but this game needs to end, the sooner the better. She's never going to come to her senses unless she first wakes up from this sham of a dream. I'm begging you here, Takumi. Help me tomorrow. Yeah, of course. How could I possibly turn down a request from this awesome hero standing before me? I'll convince Yugamu to help as well. I can't believe he'll turn us down after I explain the situation to him. The four of us will rampage through town together tomorrow and put an end to the invader hunt. We both stretched out a hand simultaneously and exchanged a firm and solemn handshake. The only thing going through my mind at that time was what I could do to protect Hideko's kind-hearted resolve. We would work together to defeat the sponsor, and then let's all get to the best day 100 together. Yay! Guys, Tadabi's story is so sad. And also Hideko cares so much about her, god damn it. She cares so much about her. Guys, the Donami and Hideko trade. It's so good. The ship is so good. Anyways, I think I will end the stream here. I know I haven't like completed a whole day. I feel like these days are taking forever to get through, by the way. But I do have other commitments to do. So I'll end here today. A little bit of like a shorter stream for the weekend, but oh well. I'll probably be able to stream for a bit longer tomorrow, but yep. Lots of interesting things happening today. I will say I'm quite enjoying this killing game round, despite the fact that people are going to die. But I enjoy all the character stuff. It's very interesting to me. But yes. I'll see you all tomorrow. Goodbye.